Hey guys, what's up? It's Schla. Coming back to ya with another episode of Walks with Schla. And I just guess I wanted to make a comment on something before we get into it, because I just felt like mentioning it. It's a pretty common occurrence that whenever I hear people conversing, it just feels like we're in like slow-mo and the conversations are just not really like, I don't know, it's weird. And I guess that's judgmental of me, but I can't help it. It just feels like slow motion conversation. And I think the way I would like to talk to others is very quick and just very like elaborate, lots of words, and a lot of people are actually the opposite. It's slow, but it's little words. And so I guess it's possible that through technology, humans can actually communicate better and more efficiently. But that's probably why people end up opting for that. It's much more efficient, texting. Well, actually, no, it actually isn't. See, that's what's crazy. The only reason why it's more efficient is it's more private. So that's why more people are able to text more often, because they don't want to talk around other people. Because we're all so, like, antisocial, kind of. And that's the thing, though, is that all the texting we do, it's very inefficient, and it's very frustrating to do, because there's not really a reason to text, and yet we're so, like, strapped into that form factor. I think it's part of the reason why I just got sick of, doing the typing, and eventually just went all in on the transcription to talk. And that's like what I do now, like, because for a while I was typing a lot to GPT, and there's still times I need to do that. Although, to be fair, I haven't really been using GPT much the past couple days. Like, there may be certain concepts that I want to ask it that I do during these episodes, but then I don't actually end up asking it or really even feeling like doing that. I've been, like I said, I guess fairly just at peace recently. I haven't really felt the need to be like pushing and pushing and pushing, and I guess I haven't been learning too much. I usually am pretty into learning, but I guess I have not really been on that track to the same degree recently, which is, okay, I guess, but probably could do better, It is what it is. It is what it is. Now, I think I wanted to get that out of the way real quick, and then I had forgot what I was going to say, but now I'm remembering. So we were talking about, I wanted to kind of bring up again that concept I was talking about right where we left off last time, because I thought it was a pretty cool concept about how, it would be like YouTube's shorts or TikTok, but it would just be a canvas of the entire internet. So it would be like I shouldn't even be saying this. This is like way too good of an idea. I shouldn't even be. It basically would grab content from various platforms, and again, not just short form content, but clips of long form content, clips from TV shows or movies, anything that it knows you would like, and it would know what you like much better due to the Neuralink and a direct connection to your AI algorithm. And our algorithms would be more like companions. They wouldn't be something that is relegated to an account on a platform, because it's kind of limiting the way that works now, you know, where if you just have like an account, your YouTube account, and your feed is a certain way based on how the algorithm has trained to your liking, well, that's very inefficient, because what happens if you lost access to the account? Or, I mean, there's so many things I could think of why that's inefficient. So your algorithm and your AI companion will go with you everywhere you go. You'll have a companion. I actually see it as similar to Pokemon. You'll probably have multiple AI companions that all follow your orders and have direct access to your brain. And overall, it will be a beautiful thing, I think. Each will be optimized for a slightly different purpose. One could be your finances, one could be your emotional wants and needs. You could have a bunch of different purposes for each of the AIs. I don't know, it's an interesting concept to think about. But yeah, we'll definitely have our data, and our accounts will sync up to that data, and it will all be very universal and clear, and not chaos. Right now it's chaos. You have like a million different accounts to essentially execute the same task, just in slightly different variations. It doesn't really make that much sense. Like, why what is the point of having TikTok and Instagram and YouTube Shorts? It's all the same thing. It just shouldn't be. There should just be one app that does everything that you would get out of social media. It shouldn't be split up into a million different apps and a million different things. It just doesn't make any sense. It's very cluttered. It's very disorganized. At the end of the day, there is a most optimal way of doing things, and there shouldn't be multiple different apps to manifest the optimal. I was going to say optimism, but that doesn't make any sense. Optimalism. The idealism. There we go. Yeah, it just makes no sense. Like, why do we have multiple social medias? That was something I was thinking about today. It just seems like a joke. I mean, what's the point of all that? I don't know. So yeah, it's definitely pretty frustrating. Well, for me to think about this stuff. Of course, a lot of people don't care. The other issue too is, well, YouTube, I think, is just superior format. I was also thinking about how the problems with short form content and why I don't like it is that I don't like the haphazardness and the randomness. I don't want to see something accidentally that I didn't want to see. So at least with YouTube, that's only relegated to a thumbnail that is likely to be a lot more tame. It's limited to an image, which is not going to penetrate into your mind as deeply. But since I remember stuff so well, I don't want like a bunch of random videos I didn't want to see stuck in my head. And that's the problem with short form content. And what I would hope would get remedied eventually with the type of concept I'm thinking of with the AI companion, because with an AI companion, you would have more accurate advertisements or things, and things that are not weird or offensive or dark. I mean, the way it functions right now, I feel like it's incentivized that advertisements would just be as horrible as possible. And that's just terrible. You know, it's why things being free does not end with the best end result. It actually ends with the worst. And, you know, humanity is not better as a result of more freedom. It just doesn't make any sense. Humans are obviously not best if left to their own devices. I feel like that's such an evident behavior of humans. Things will be pretty exciting though once I get the microphone, because then I actually could do transcription while talking, which is going to be very cool because I would use this phone. It's just for the time being, I want to use my 16 Pro to record these because it should be slightly better. Now, in my honest opinion, it doesn't really seem like it. It still seems kind of worse or something. Like it was supposed to have fancy wind rejection and all these other features, but I honestly don't see it. I mean, I didn't hear it at least. It still sounded pretty windy, but I guess it's possible that the other one could be even worse. Like if I did it with the 13 mini or the 14 plus. So I guess I just have to, I mean, I'm going to assume this microphone is better. So that's just why I'm using it, because it's like, there's no reason not to. It's just that then I can't simultaneously have an internet connection, but I'll be able to do that soon, because once I have access to my 13 mini, when it has its own microphone, it will be a much better situation for that. So it's pretty exciting. I honestly don't know. It's kind of a shame. The shipping is taking a while for the microphone. And what I was thinking of as I was coming up with my last words of last episode is it was the same thing with car rides with Schla, how, you know, I was kind of upset because there was certain content, and I think the beginning episodes were, especially of Car Rides with Schla, and then potentially even this series, some of the most important or vital, and they're not recorded with a good microphone, you know, and so they don't sound great, and that just bothers me. I wish that all these recordings would have had the clean, good quality sound, but I guess that's just not gonna happen. That's pretty upsetting to me, I think. And it was upsetting to me back with Car Rides with Schla. I actually think the amount of content could be similar. Or if anything, I was thinking it was more with this one, but now I'm not sure. But it actually might be more with... No, it shouldn't be. Because I don't remember. I mean, maybe I was pretty prompt when it came to getting the microphone for Car Rides with Schla. I suppose I was. And I felt like I was fairly prompt with this as well. It's interesting I can't remember, but it's probably around the same if I had to really guess. But I still think this one could edge it out. It's difficult to say in terms of the most bad quality microphone recording. But yeah, the setup should improve pretty dramatically. Tomorrow's batch should be the last of the bad batch. but we will see, because there's not really guarantees when it comes to shipping and things like that. There's really, there's no guarantees, but it could be that tomorrow is the last of the bad recordings, so there would be 4 more episodes at most of bad recordings, and then what else is there to comment on? Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. Yeah, I can't remember, but it will be cool to finally be able to get direct AI answers while recording, which we've also technically been able to do with the car rides with Schlau, though I haven't actually done it, but I think I will moving forward. I probably should, because there's times I make certain claims that I would like to be vetted a little bit in real time. There's plenty of times I say stuff and I'm just saying stuff and I want it to be either affirmed or denied, just for the sake of, honestly, for you as the listener too, but myself and just learning. I make assertions, but I obviously would like to know that the assertions are accurate, right? So there's some kind of a productive component there. We'll see. It is what it is, It's difficult to say. It's exciting stuff, though. It's definitely exciting stuff. I've felt good. I haven't really... Time's going by pretty quickly today. So it's just, I don't know what else to really talk about or mention. It's just like, things have been pretty good. I don't know. I said recently I'm at my breaking point, but now I kind of don't really feel like I'm at my breaking point. Of course, that could change. I could go back to feeling like I'm at my breaking point, but there's kind of a period of peace. For whatever reason, I'm being gifted a period of peace. I don't know why that's the case or what I did to deserve that, but I'll take it. I will definitely take it. So yeah, I don't know what else there is. No, I just instinctively say that. Of course, I know what else there is to talk about. As always, I never don't know what to talk about, man. Like, that's just the way it goes. And so, yeah, I don't know. I just, again, it's weird to have that peace after for so long I was just like very upset about things. But now it's like, it's all good. I think it's an interesting thing that goes on. I'm getting a little bit nervous now because my thing's not connecting, so I may end up losing some time that I don't really want to lose because it's not logging me in. Alright, well, we're in, but it tends to be glitchy. So, see, it's not loading. I'm really starting to stress. I will hope that this went through properly, but I'm definitely up. See, it's giving me issues. I'm not happy about that. And the heat, I was trying to get out of the sun. The heat today snuck up on us as this like terrible day. Alright, good. Everything's good, but yeah, recently I've noticed this thing. I don't like its behavior. The clock-in tool, things went bad. It was rock solid for the longest time, and it is not rock solid anymore. I don't know what they did to it or what happened, but it's been stressful because I really used to be able to trust it. There was never a hitch. there was literally never a hitch with it. Every time I did it, it would go through and it would pop up. And then randomly, since I want to say about a month or two ago, it's just been horrible. It's just now it's like pretty inconsistent, and I have to be like double checking it and stuff. And then today just like snuck up on me. It's like way too hot. It should not be this hot right now. It's kind of ridiculous. I don't know. But is what it is. What can you do? Yeah, I don't know. I'm obviously just rambling at this point. I don't really have too much else to get off my chest. But yeah, like I said, I mean, having this like constant kind of ability to talk has been great. It's really been a good thing for me. I think it's leading to me just getting to calm down. I mean, I voiced some of my frustrations on the show, and that's been good. I think it's been good for me because it's transcribed and it's recorded. That's what's good about this format. I actually should see if this app no, because the 7 Plus is not going to be good at transcribing, but I really should just use this app for all my recordings. It's a shame, but this phone I'm using right now is eventually going to be very useful once I get an additional new phone, just because of the storage it has. So I should probably just start using this one because of the storage, but the Mini, I just like it because of the form factor. So we'll probably do the walks with Schlau on the Mini just because, that's just, I don't know. I just feel like the Mini's good for that, in my opinion. Just easier to hold, lighter. It'll get tricky in the winter. That's the only, because once it's like too cold, I'm gonna have to wear gloves, and then it's a lot more of a pain to deal with the gloves and deal with the phone. Like, that's just a disaster. But we'll see. And then, of course, I don't know. It's just, the end of this episode isn't too great. But I'm glad I conjured up something to say for most of it, because for a while there, I didn't even know what I was going to say, but some things kind of came to me right in the beginning, and then I happened to remember what I was talking about at the end of the last one, so I kind of cheated a little bit. Like, I have some bonus things to mention or to bring up, so is what it is. What can you do? What can I say? Well, I think we'll probably be wrapping it up pretty soon, because I don't really feel like being out here, and it's just too hot. I don't like it. It's much too hot. Much too hot. And I'm hitting a dead spot fast, so I'm just, for some reason, I'm being guided to just wrapping it up. But anyways, it's been Schla, but now it's time to buy Schla. So, see you, Schla.